What's your name again?
Pilar.
Pilar.
Pilar. P-I-L-A-R.
He said it's just P-I-L-A-R.
A-R.
You really threw me when you said it. Pilar, like pillar?
Yeah, but with one L.
Do we look at the camera when we do it?
You're set there, dude. You're all good.
Okay, here we are. We're at Joey's restaurant. I'm here with Pilar, Maria, and Alson, and Jacob. We're just here to talk about a few social issues that relate to international travellers, whatever else.
For what I'm getting at, a lot of the conversation is very gender related. So there's 2 guys and 2 girls on the panel.
Yeah.
And 2 international girls and 2 guys from Australia.
What I'm getting from you girls, you do want to touch some like very touchy subjects. Like you want to go into dating, you wanted to talk. You had a really interesting one you wanted to bust in later on.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like leaving you to go from there. Do you want to introduce like one of the topics and let the whole audience
I just
know?
want to go to the juicy stuff.
Go straight into it. Yeah.
I just want to talk a
Maria,
little
let's
bit.
go. What do you got?
That's what we're all about. We want to get their attention real quick.
Just give me your best story when you were in Spain, and just tell me about how was your. I'm pretty sure you went to Spain and you dated someone, and I want to know a little bit how was that, because you know, like Australians are not like Spanish guys, you know.
Okay.
I'm good.
Just tell me how you
I
met
can
that
start
girl.
this one.
I want to know everything, man.
All right,
know
fair
everything.
enough. I kind of met my ex-girlfriend in Spain, so I did this whole trip all around Europe. I started in London and I went to Scotland, and I was just traveling and partying all that time. I thought I was just going to have a fun time. And then I went to Spain and I stayed at St. Jodi's. Do you guys know the hostel down there?
Where in Spain though?
We're in Spain, Barcelona. So there's a
Barcelona.
lot of places to go in Spain. I wanted to go to Madrid and I wanted to check out Portugal, but I went to Barcelona first. And I met her at a hostel, and you know when you just kind of meet people and the vibe kind of feels really good, you know. So anyway, she's gonna kick my ass. She actually sees this, but you know, I got good vibes. I got good vibes from that night. And what I know about us Australians, what I didn't realize about people in Spain, is that if you're gonna party in Spain, they get really loose. You know, their parties start from like 8 p.m. or even like 6. Like they have like a family dinner first.
Man, we start at lunch and we continue until
I
next
noticed
day.
When I was in Madrid, they don't go out till 11. It's ridiculous. I was really drunk by then.
I don't understand like how you guys do it. Like you start partying at 5 p.m. It's like, how is it that? Like at 5 p.m. I'm not even ready for going out. Like how do you guys do it?
How do we do it?
Just a day set.
We run out of daylight.
It's really easy for us, you know. I feel like there's a whole ritual thing in Spain when I went there, but here, if you can get a box and you can put it in front of a bunch of guys, they'll be drunk, and that's how it kind of goes, you know. And they usually like to go right after work because screw it, you know. They want to get to the juicy part real quick. You know what I mean?
You know what I discovered when I was in here? Like the first thing that I saw was good. Like when I arrived to the hostel,
Oh
the
yeah.
first thing that they introduced me was to good, and I was like, what the fuck is this? You know?
I thought they had goon like in France or something like that. Like
Well, they
surely.
have, in the U.S. we have bagged wine too, and it's really popular for college students. Like it's the cheapest. You get for $20. You get I think it's like 6-liter bag.
Do you even have to do that? Because the drinks are so much cheaper there.
They
You know,
are,
like,
but like it's and you call it like slap the bag, you know, and like everyone's passing it around and you slap the bag. It's disgusting because they're passing it around like these huge frat parties.
I'm
you know?
imagining, because I'm just seeing stuff in the movies, and all I'm seeing is these massive kegs.
Oh yeah.
Is that big? Like I've never seen someone in any movie like pull around a bag and start slapping it around.
Yeah, that's true. It's like less. It's less popular, but yeah, kegs are definitely a huge thing. Keg stands, you know, like the whole party is like counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And yeah, it's definitely a beer.
A beer thing.
More of a beer thing, but you know, everyone has bagged wine. It's a good backup option.
I love how energetic you are, and then these guys around us now just trying to set up the videos, and I'm like, alright, we're all set now.
Sorry guys, we had
Are we all
technical
back?
problems
Because she had a
here.
really important conversation.
What did I miss?
She's talking about the party scene down in the US, and she's saying like the college scene.
Frat parties.
Frat parties.
I actually been to a couple of those.
They are not my favorite thing. I think.
I remember spring break very good.
Oh yeah, spring break. Spring break. I mean, I didn't have the classic American spring break. Though. I went to Colombia. All my other friends went to Cancun or the Bahamas. I was like, I want to go somewhere cultural too. So
Where's Colombia? Is that's like down southern?
yeah, it's like, well, northern part of South America.
Okay.
I'm actually part Colombian as well.
Oh, you got it all.
Yeah.
Everything, man. She's a keeper, you know?
Okay, so wait, you're saying there's a difference between a frat party and a normal, like, is it like a stage where slapping the bag is what you're calling it?
Slap the bag, yeah.
Slap the bag. We've got that clothesline thing. She's talking about the goon sex.
Yeah.
So, what is a slap the bag? And like, I've never
Alright, I have a question. What is that? Tell me about it.
slap the bag.
First, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm Spanish. I don't know
Sounds
that.
painful.
You've got to explain this one.
Oh, we're just
Explain to
like-
me, please.
Like, 'cause it's just, well, we have the bag wine as well, like our version of goon wine, and, yeah, there's usually just someone, not usually, I don't know, every once in a while, someone just like brings out a bag and is like walking around the party and everyone's like taking turns and you just like slap the bag as hard as you can, like when you're...
Well, what's that? You meant to like pop the bag? Is that the goal?
No,
Like,
you like, I don't know, it's
I
just
feel like
like,
it's-
I don't know.
I feel like that's like that.
Traditional thing. Huh?
Sorry, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's like, it's gross also because so many people are like sharing this.
Is that even gross than a shoey? Because you know, the
Oh,
first time that I
yeah.
saw a shoey,
What is? You saw a shoey? I've never even seen a
I
shoey.
seen a shoey, and it was in Early Beach, and a bunch of guys. One of them did it in front of me actually, and that's how I fell in love.
Jake, do you know what a shoey is?
You know what a shoe is?
I've never.
So basically, you take your shoe off and you got a skull out of your shoe.
That's what I thought it was. You know.
But
it's
the goal
very-
is to have like a very new shoe, no? Because if you have a very dirty old shoe, it's gonna be like, oh, that's awful.
Yeah, but when
Yeah.
peer pressure hits, you gotta deal
That's
with
it.
what you got. You gotta
Yeah.
It's more of a dignity move than what kind of shoe, style shoe
Yeah.
you
deal with
have.
a thong, it wouldn't matter. Thong meaning not
Yeah.
G-string, but
Yeah.
Of course.
just trying to
I've
culturally,
been here.
Engage, bring them
what-
into
yeah.
the conversation.
so we know we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Flip
I had
flops.
never heard of I had never heard of a vortex until I came to Australia actually.
Vortex.
Oh, the swelling of the like cruises
and
and
then you
stuff.
like
Oh,
chug
yeah.
it, and
It
it's
goes down quicker.
like, goes down real quick.
Yeah, and it hits your head.
Is there like a technique? I don't know. Can you do it?
I can do it. I can.
I think it's like a jerk of like the last moment.
It's like, yeah, I don't know.
It's a jerk and it just starts
Yeah.
spiraling
Add a
down.
little flick to it at the end and it just goes down.
If I could do it, I'd do it with this glass, but I just don't think I could do it. I'm sure
I
everyone.
just have a question. Why are we talking about this?
I don't know. It's kind of
It just kind of went that way.
yeah.
This whole thing's just taking us for a ride. So
Okay,
Yeah.
so back to your topic. Yeah. Take the lead.
Oh yeah, we're talking about your story in
Maria.
Spain.
No. I just want to know. How do you do, like as an Australian? How do you go to a Spanish girl? Tell me about it, please. I just need to know this.
Well, first thing I think, how do we approach Spanish girls? I think maybe just describing our take on what Spanish women are. Like, Jay, how would you
Well,
describe it?
What's your technique?
I could never really talk to them because they'd always be speaking gibberish. So like some foreign language. That's what I mean, different language. Anyway,
I think like the biggest difference, like from girls here, Spanish girls are a lot more
more
passionate,
open. They're
more
more
passionate,
open.
a lot more.
Yeah, they're not closed off.
Yeah, they're independent. Like I feel like they're fiercely independent.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Would you agree with that? Like,
You're not wrong.
Very expressive. Very expressive. So if
it's
they're,
like almost like a creative element to it,
yeah, if they're angry, they're angry. If they're happy, they're really happy.
Right? And then
Oh, hey, you don't. We'll talk in a second.
all right, he's showing.
That's what I mean. They love talking, so we'll let them talk, right? So, yeah.
I think I have another question. Like, what a girl from Spain or any other kind of South American, what should we do to keep the attention of an Australian? Because you guys are not easy.
I don't think we even know what we do. Like,
Yeah.
Jake, do you have any subject matter on this?
Well,
Like, we want to pick your brain.
They come on strong. We think they want something from us, but they're actually just being nice people. And because Australian girls, they don't
Oh
really come
yeah,
on that
love at
strong.
first visa, you know?
Yeah. So we got this visa idea where any chick that wants you for a reason, maybe visa, financial,
I said, I don't think you think the same.
drugs.
Come on.
It's
have
really.
faith in
I want to hear what he's saying though.
Look,
Like, go
I'm
on.
sure these girls came here on their own steam. They got their own life.
Yeah.
but they're just very open and passionate about about
I
celebrating.
mean, man, we only have like 12 months. We gotta go for it, you
Yeah,
know?
you go.
Then we gotta go home.
Next thing they're moving in, and it's just like,
Things move very quickly
Yeah.
as soon as you get these guys. So
Well, I think like men, at least in general, at least like also I've lived with a man, which is an interesting experience. But I think men are just, I mean this in a nice way, not to offend anyone,
Yeah.
but I think men can just be mindless
yeah.
and just don't think things.
what did you say, Jack?
We walk into
I mean,
things
she's
without
not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, how do we describe? Are we really
Okay,
mindless?
so when it
Like,
comes
are we?
to- when it comes
I
to
take
dating-
defense, lady. I take defense first of all. I'm be the first guy to say that. Jake, I know you want to bust in to say
Okay,
something.
okay,
Go
you
ahead.
go.
No, you go
Okay,
first.
well,
No, I'm
we
listening.
don't
We
mean
were
to be-
girls. We
she's-
communicate. Sorry. Go ahead, Jake.
I know what she's saying, but like, we walk into maybe relationships or situations where we could be a bit gullible or a bit just like, oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. And then by the end, we realise what we're in for, and then we go, shit, I don't want this.
Yeah.
And then we might, do a runner or just.
Yeah.
But
Well,
whether they're developing feelings and we're sort of just, it creeps up on us.
Communication. Yeah, we're very chill. You know, guys are very chill in this country.
Yeah, we might enjoy sleep. We might enjoy sleeping with someone. We go, oh, this is nice, this is nice. But then we don't realise what's happening.
I think
Yeah.
nobody does. I mean, that's the point.
And then, like, he or she might go, I think I like this person, and then the other person will go, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they get a bit like, they'll rethink their whole situation.
I also feel like, I don't know, at least maybe more when we were younger, but I really felt like men's worst fear was a girl catching feelings. Like that was like their
run
like
from
the
here,
worst, like the worst case scenario, at least in America and like college. Like,
That's probably where we are mindless. We don't really think about that until it hits us. Oh, wait a second.
I think these
Yeah.
spring break romances, they're very short term and probably
Yeah.
shallow.
yeah,
I think
From
that
what I-
happens around the world, to be
Yeah,
honest.
from what I gather. I mean, if I was here in another country for 12 months, I would be doing the same. I'd just be
yeah.
going, well, in a respectful way.
But
Yeah.
I think that when we are abroad, everything that we experience, it's like
Amplified.
very, like too much. It's like everything we do, it's like just like 3 times bigger
Yeah.
than it would be in our countries.
Yeah.
Just because everything is different in here. It's just
Yeah.
a full impact from different,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I think, like, I don't know, every person you meet, like, platonic, romantic, whatever, like, it's just, the connection is just more special automatically because you're abroad and,
Yeah.
like, what are the odds that, like, my life was going to cross with this person?
That probably makes sense. Like when you're traveling, it just seems a little bit like, oh, this is all fairy tale. You know,
Yeah.
you're traveling to all these great places. Here, you kind of know, oh shit, you know.
It's your life,
And when you
yeah.
travel,
Yeah.
everything happens for a reason, man.
Yeah.
Everything.
But back
Like,
home, it doesn't.
You meet someone.
That's
It's
different.
for a reason. And
We're-
you don't meet anyone. It's for a reason.
When we're traveling, we don't really think about bills. When we get here, we're thinking about bills and
Yeah.
shit.
We're thinking about life,
We're thinking about life. We're thinking about relationships. You know, we're getting more like
trying to
settled
get forward.
into our day to day. Where when you're traveling, it's all just let's go to the next place and let's
Yeah.
have a hell of a great time doing that.
Yeah, you're very present in the moment and you're not thinking about, like, real life.
When I was in Greece, I literally wake up after 3 hours sleep and go have a cocktail on a beach somewhere.
Yeah.
And I didn't think about shit apart from my next drink and who I'm going to talk to next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, for us, it's like we are living between
Yeah.
mindset, like we're traveling, but then we want stability, but then
Yeah.
we don't want it, and it's just very confusing for us.
Yeah.
It's like we feel that we're in here, and we want to,
Yeah.
feel like at home, but at the same time, we are not at home. And for us, it's very
You don't
Yeah.
want to
unstable.
live like you're at
sometimes.
home.
That's why I think friendships here are very important. Like your friends in Australia, wherever you go abroad, become your family.
Yeah.
They just like you meet someone
Yeah.
and it's your best friend forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And very strong relationship we met 1 month ago.
No, I think like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet? You know, like how's the traveler whole
Come
crew?
on. Should we tell them?
Is there a story there? Oh, Jake, there's a story here.
Yeah.
Well,
It
not really.
sounds
actually.
interesting.
I'm very curious to see. If it's just like we ran into each
I was
other.
thinking about that night and last night, and that was
No, last night was interesting though. We didn't met last night, you know.
Yeah, but like we had similar nights, I think, that night and last night.
Yeah, it was like a flashback.
Yeah.
So,
Repeat.
so what exactly happened when you first met?
Well, she was from America.
Yeah.
I love that country. I just knew that she was from there, and then I started talking to her, and that's practically. Yeah, it was love at first
And then
sight.
like we were and we were
What,
like
what we're trying to get to, how much in love were you two? Like,
I mean,
we met through this like group of Spanish girls. I worked with one of the Spanish girls, and she was friends with the housemate of my coworker.
yep.
And then they all left, and then we were with
yeah,
some guys.
they left us. When we didn't know where were them, and we were like, oh, let's
Yeah, we were like, let's stay.
I
Like,
mean,
I don't feel like
they're
leaving
all
yet.
super interesting, you know. Let's do something here.
Like there was guys involved as well. So
Was this like in a hostel? Was it like a
no,
kind of
No, that was a
pavilion?
pavilion.
Oh, you met in the pavilion?
Yeah.
Oh,
And now it's our place, you know.
yeah.
How good.
Now it's our ritual on Sundays.
It's a
Instead
ritual.
of going to church, we go
On
to pavilion.
Sundays we go to pavilion. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
okay.
Sundays
So
at
they
the
said.
Spanish girl.
Sundays pavilion.
Okay. Ace, let's go to this pavilion on Sunday.
No. I said girls, not boys.
We're not allowed apparently.
Oh, okay.
Pavilion is not for you guys.
We're just inclusive of
You
people.
go to
That's
Joey's
our
on
problem.
Saturday. You go to Joey's on Saturday.
Why not?
I mean, we are here at Joey's right
Yeah.
now. Let's talk about this place. This place is pretty
This is
cool, right?
magnificent. Yeah, how's the service?
Not
Great
bad.
service.
Like we
Beautiful
came
out.
here once, and then I just fell in love with the views, and I was like, we need to record this in here, you know?
This is the spot to
Like
be.
very, very beautiful.
Good staff. They look after us very well.
Yep.
And yeah,
5
it's the best
stars.
view in the city, in my opinion. Look at that. Wow.
We're at the Kangaroo Point here.
Yeah.
So we got permission. Thank God, finally.
Finally, this was very tough.
Can you imagine? There's a bit of a story to that, and
It's a bit of a backstory. We tried first time.
and this is probably a great example of like Spanish passion.
Yeah.
That kind of you came to this place and you demanded to talk to the manager, and I think you should tell this story of like even just to get us to do this podcast and all the pushing you've done. And
I mean, I've been forcing these people to do this, forcing them. Like they didn't want to come here. I had to, you know, make them come. Like obligate the manager, you
Yeah.
guys. Everyone was forced to come in here, but we did it. Like
yeah,
I just thought we just needed to come here and you know have a good time. But
as a group of just me and Jake, we want to apologise for
For
our lack of communication, our mindlessness,
On behalf of all men.
and
masculinity.
I swear now we are very
Masculinity.
present. But what we're really good at is just apologise, right, Jake? At least we got that
come
down.
on, do it. Come on, do it.
Actually,
I just want to hear it.
You want, what do you want to hear,
no,
Jake?
I'm not going to apologise.
Whoa!
Why? Because their visa runs out soon and it'll be all good.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That is actually not true.
You didn't tell me the details.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm on a bridging visa. My visa
My
doesn't
visa-
have an end date.
You're not actually a resident here, so
well, not yet.
apology accepted from you.
All right, let's just keep moving. Okay.
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 So you had a really big topic that was taking it to a whole new tangent, and I hope you guys are ready.
Yeah. So I was just thinking, you know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
topic.
And I don't know, I've been seeing a lot of posts on Instagram about it, and you know, we're talking about differences from countries, gender-wise as well. You know, just regarding the conversation about mental health, how often we talk about it, how much we check in on our friends, you know, maybe our own experiences. If you guys are comfortable with that. If not, all good too. Like, I don't know.
I think one thing that we could be talking about is the roller coaster that we experience living in here.
Yeah.
Where our families are like,
For mental health sort of thing? Like, is there like a
Yeah.
mental health element?
yeah. It's like all related. Our families are like literally on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are here by ourselves. And you know, sometimes we experience like bad situations where we would like to be at home.
Yep.
And we are stressed sometimes. This is the part that some people don't know about it. They think that we live in a permanent vacation.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not that easy, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you know, I read a stat the other day. The most international suicides happen in Surfers Paradise in the high rises.
Why is it? Do you know why that is?
Yeah. No, you're right, because or maybe they're away from home. You know, it's not their brightest thing to talk about, but it's important that we talk about it.
Yeah.
And she mentioned before about it's mental health awareness month.
Yeah.
So like, you know, it's good to just always check in on people and make sure they're alright. It doesn't matter what gender they are or where they come from, what background.
Yeah.
Foreign or international. Well, that is international, but local as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, suicide's a big problem for everyone. So.
Well, that's actually, I was just thinking about that as well. I actually have a friend who committed suicide about 6 weeks ago.
Holy shit!
Yeah, so pretty fresh, unfortunately.
Well, rest in peace.
So I can see you really battening this conversation.
No, it's very important. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting as well when it first happened because he was a man, and like a lot of girls, I think, at least in my experience, and I've read statistics regarding that like women tend to be more suicidal than men, but men actually tend to commit suicide more than women. And I actually already know 2 men who have committed suicide. And I don't know, I just think that's...
Well, on that topic, it's very important. Like, see, we don't talk about our feelings.
Yeah.
And then we bottle shit up. We're meant to be something that maybe we're not inside. Maybe we bite our tongue a lot.
It could be the case. It's like, I was talking to this chick, I was traveling from, Rockhampton, and I do these retreats that kind of help kids with like self-esteem and all those kind of things. But she was like reading this book, and I can't remember exactly what it was. It's like why men don't listen and why women can't read maps. It was like it was like a bestseller. I don't know if you read it, but apparently what they're saying is that women communicate with their emotions, and they're also very multitasked.
Which
where
is
guys
kind of a release for them at the same time.
Where guys, I can't remember exactly the words. Like it was just like we want more singular. And we keep those kind of. We have like more of an order of the way we go about things, you know.
Yeah.
So that's probably, I don't know if that's a real case why guys are killing each other. Like killing themselves. I mean,
Well,
that's been happening for years.
They are killing each other as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's true. It's because we're not designed to deal with these new age problems. I think it's an evolutionary problem. Like back in the day, we just had to go get food, bring it back, so everyone could survive. And yeah, the transition, we haven't caught up to the transition of our modern society. That's my opinion.
Gosh, that is so deep.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
And
sometimes it is.
we're under criticism a lot for what other men have done. You know what I mean? Like if you're a wealthy man, or you might be considered maybe an arsehole, or maybe not all the time, obviously.
Yeah.
I think we worry too much about stupid things.
I think see with this passive aggressive stuff too. See, I don't know, the women speak a different language, obviously, than us, but people are passive aggressive, then we snap and then we punch someone in the face. It's true. That's how we
deal with things.
We don't fight or argue in that way.
Yeah.
Whereas women can sort of, they can navigate that sort of battlefield. We don't. We react. It's sort of like we react physically because we're physical beings.
Yeah.
And I think women are more so emotional and obviously more socially intelligent than us. I do think. Which I hate saying.
I agree. I mean, I read actually that men don't fully emotionally mature until the age of 45. Which is
a long
insane.
way to go.
Yeah.
So first you got the mindless comment, and now what do I sign up for? You
All I'm
know?
gonna say is you can't. Oh no, wait. This feels so weird saying right as you were talking about like men and their calls to suicide. So I'm actually, I don't know.
Don't make like a joke. No, so tell us about like your friends. Do you know him closely, or was it like?
Yeah, so he was actually my housemate in Melbourne that I lived in last year during COVID lockdown, all that. I lived with a guy, and it was his best friend, and it was like literally our lockdown crew was like me, my housemate, his best friend, and his best friend's girlfriend.
Okay, and this is all during the lockdown period?
Yeah, that's like when we got closest.
Yeah.
And then he was from Gold Coast, and like we all moved back around like a few months ago and whatnot. And yeah, I mean he had like mental health issues like long before COVID and all this.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know. He like I think he was like very set on it too. He kind of definitely knew what he was doing, like the way he did it, and like he messaged.
You could tell it was like well planned.
Yeah.
Do you notice any signs leading up to it? Is that like what?
I hadn't seen him in a few months before that, but so I don't really know. But yeah, I hadn't really seen any signs, but I just thought it was interesting because he actually had messaged me the night before, and I hadn't heard from him in so long. And then when at the funeral, I was talking to other people, and other people also heard from him that night. So I just thought that was, like, I don't know, it's kind of his weird way of saying goodbye, maybe.
Yeah. Was that message weird? Was it like?
No,
you don't have to say what it is. It's just, did it seem like, did it make you go, oh, that's a bit weird, or was it like?
No, it was just like he saw I was at Burleigh Pavilion actually, and he was out in Burleigh.
Yeah.
And he messaged me like, oh, like I'm in Burleigh, like let's meet up, whatever. And I was like, we were calling each other, trying to see. I had already left the party, but I was like, oh, I'll let you know when I come back, whatever.
Yeah.
And I just had said to him like, thanks for reaching out. Like, it's been a while, and I'm just like, I miss you, whatever. And his last message to me was like, miss you too, like wish you were in Burleigh so I could see you. And yeah, and then the next day at work I get like these spam messages from my friend, and she's like, did something happen to him? Like what, what's going on? And then I go on Facebook and it says like, we're so sad to announce the passing of my friend. And I was like, holy shit, I still have the conversation on my phone. Like,
wow, that's crazy.
You just don't know because you don't see it.
Yeah.
Is there a way that maybe the best take out of it, like, is there a way going through that experience that we can kind of pick up on those signs, or is it like, you just never know?
I think, yeah, like, I just think mental health needs to be normalized. Well, mental illness needs to be normalized just as much as physical illnesses.
Yeah.
And, and I think they need to just be, like, checking in on your friends needs to be so much more of a thing.
Hashtag check in. I reckon that's a good message there.
Yeah. Like,
You can't see it. It's obviously,
yeah.
it's like COVID. You just can't see it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start sitting down with my boys and just going, "You all good, man?
Yeah.
No. Are you all good?"
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Like it's like honestly, some of the corniest advice is also the truest advice, in my opinion.
That's true. It can be very simple. The message is very simple, but obviously it's not easy to reach out and talk about it.
Yeah.
But the message is simple. Check in.
Yeah.
If you can get anything out of this, just go to your friend and say, "Are you okay?" You might be weird, but heck,
Yeah.
just blame it on us. Blame it on us.
Obviously, you got lifelines out there. I've got the number is for Lifeline. It's not good at not remembering the number, but
I will say too, I thought it was interesting when I first came to Australia, how many, well, first of all, I know there's that day in August, I think, that's called, like, Are You Okay?
Yes.
Or
Are You
something.
Okay?
So I thought that
I heard about
was
that.
interesting. And also I saw, like, just in general, like, advertisements about, like, mental health awareness and, like, conversation regarding mental health. So I thought that was, like, interesting. And I've had Australians tell me themselves that, like, mental health is something that is the government cares about.
there is an Instagram page for Are You Okay? On Instagram, just give them a follow. It's very good cause. There's different pages that talk about the same issue, which is
Very
good.
cool.
And they give you good takeaways each day. They'll post up, how are you feeling? Is this normal? And they're great stories, and everyone shares whatever they've been through. It's great.
The best you can do is normalize it. And if you feel that someone around you, your friends, can be like not having the best time of their life, just like keep a track. Try to, take care and look, because sometimes we look, but we are not really paying attention. So yeah, like for example with my friends, we speak like every single day by phone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
Well, that's maybe a little bit too much, but yeah.
I heard something really cool on that topic, and it might bring it to a lighter side, which is really interesting. As people, I don't know if this is true, but in order to be really kind of just be healthy, for once a week you need to talk to someone for 70 minutes about what was going through your week. If you don't do that, you start to get really ruddy. So you need to have someone to talk to for at least 70 minutes every week. And it's not really about anything like in particular, like what your dreams are, just going through what you're doing this week.
Dissect your week.
Yeah.
Just get it out.
There
Yeah.
are also different techniques like mindfulness and like meditation.
Yeah.
Breathing.
Mindfulness is hard to learn though. Like I feel it takes a lot of experience to really
Meditation. Well,
Not really, actually. I just went the other
What
day
makes you say that? I feel like sometimes it's really tough. Like,
Really?
to be that so
start,
self-aware.
it's just different.
Mindfulness, it's just like focusing what you're doing right now. Like sometimes.
I see what you're saying.
Like sometimes you're taking a shower, for
Yeah.
example. I heard that, I saw that the other day on a YouTube video, and the guy was talking about like you're taking a shower, but you're not paying attention
Yeah.
about you're not in there. Maybe you're thinking about your boss told you something the other day, you had an argument with your friend, and all those people, they're in the shower with you. You're not in the shower by yourself.
Oh,
You're
okay.
just like
Yeah.
doing whatever you are doing.
It sounds like being present in the mind. Like, is that what mindfulness is?
Well, it's
I like how you described it though.
No, it's more than that. It's actually very, very big thing
Yeah.
in my
Well, have you guys read The Power of Now?
yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking when you were saying that. Really powerful book. Strongly
You
recommend.
should.
Who's who writes it?
Toll.
Edward Toll.
Yeah, he has a lot of good books too. There's another one I think called A New Earth.
What is it about? So is it about being more in the now?
Yeah, it's about this mindfulness, presence.
Being one with yourself.
Yeah.
Like we
the
lose
higher
ourselves
being.
thinking about other things while we're doing something.
Yeah.
Now we're here. Let's enjoy it now. Because sometimes I don't know. Like I was in this road trip with my girlfriends, and I was like, I love this moment. I'm having so
Yeah.
much fun. But
Yeah.
this is gonna disappear in a few hours.
Yeah.
And I would be thinking like, shit, I was there and I was not completely there. I want to live this moment right now to the fullest.
Yeah.
It's like there's always something that's the back of your mind, or something you've done, or something you feel guilty of, and what could I have done in the past? And you can't turn back time.
Cannot change it.
And it's just you just got to learn and bring it forward in your next stage of life. That's all you can do.
I also think, do you guys watch TED Talks?
Yes.
TED
Yeah.
Talks? Yeah, there's a TED. Have you seen the TED Talk on the longest study of happiness?
No.
I'm curious to hear it.
It's just,
Can you elaborate?
yeah, it's just about. I think it was Harvard that did it. They I don't know, they followed these people over the years or something, and they were trying to see what was the common denominators about the people who like lived longer. And
Yeah.
the biggest thing was being social.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
the key to happiness.
So today
Why
we're being
women
happy.
live longer.
I was going to sit in my house alone, but it's
I'm gonna get out on a Saturday
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Awesome.
know.
That's good.
Yeah,
See, a lot of good
Yeah.
takeaways here.
Yeah.
Very good. Very insightful as well.
yeah.
So I got one topic I'd like to discuss: dating foreigners. Whether it be you're dating someone from another country, or they live here, or however.
Like
And
long
dating
distance, like. So you're talking about like maybe the difference in cultural differences, like.
Yes, cultural differences in dating.
Culture shock.
Actually, I have a comment that I have been told in the past about American girls. I'd be interested to hear your guys' opinions on this, yours as well. I've been told American girls are more fun, which I think is just keyword for sluttier.
Yeah. Well, it's a
I don't
nice
know.
way.
They say the same about the Spanish girls. Like,
No,
I don't know.
I've only got with one American bird.
My ex was American, and I don't know, like.
No, I was in Greece.
Yeah,
and
was she
I don't know what
Yeah,
their
was she
behaviour
fun?
is.
What the hell? I don't know, like.
she's probably
I wouldn't-
listening, so be
I wouldn't
careful.
class her like that. I think she was really bright, really
Yeah.
intelligent, but she was very open-minded and really embracing life.
I'm also like when I say sluttier, I don't mean that in negative connotation. I just mean like they
More
are
expressive.
maybe more sexual.
They're
would
more
be a better
expressive
word.
about
Yeah.
Well, it's not that. It's that Australians are very quiet.
Here we are. Well,
They are
this
more
is the thing.
Fair.
Compared to
Yeah.
us, you know, like.
Us dating Australian women, we have to make the first move.
Yeah.
Then
Well,
we got to talk to them.
you-
Then we got to ask them out.
It's
Then
too
they'll
many
go,
steps. I know I like you. I just go to you and I talk to you. That it's that easy. But you guys take like too much.
I can actually, what I remember from like my ex-girlfriend from the US, the biggest difference that I really noticed is that just in terms of the countries, the themes were way more higher there in the US. Like there was guns everywhere, there was prostitution, there's a lot of people in prison. They were going like drugs were just getting pushed everywhere. There wasn't enough. There's all these different like penalties that we have here in Australia, but our drug control's not as crazy as it is in the US. Or we don't have any license to have guns here. So everything was like the same thing, but just to another level of intensity, which kind of makes sense. So they're living in a society that, I remember she was telling me she was afraid to leave her house. I don't even know if it's true. She's afraid to leave her house at night. I think she's Mississippi and then she went to Arizona. Is that a Mississippi? Oh, Pennsylvania. She's going to kill me if she does.
Pennsylvania. Okay, yeah.
This is, yeah, like it's very different.
Oh, maybe it is Mississippi. I'm sorry if I got that wrong.
He's sweating.
Don't balls out. Don't mess that up.
She's in Arizona now,
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
But basically, Australian women, they're great in ways, and they're very not great in other ways. So like, you have to do everything for them, and they get to decide whether they date you or not.
Like it's ritual.
I think I've realized, well, I don't know, I've seen this just out and about, like going out at nights. So, and also from when I lived with a guy, an Australian guy, I remember I went out with him one night, and his friend, and he was like, oh, I haven't gone to a fight in so long. And I'm like, okay, like, you know, why? And he's like, well, my girlfriend would always start them, and like then I would have to like get involved. And I've seen like on nights out, like Australian girls just like yelling, like aggressive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stir the pot here. I feel like they're more entitled in a way.
Go on. Like,
They're obviously independent and a bit more powerful. They're a bit,
This.
bit more entitled. I got 3 sisters and a mum. So but yeah, if you're watching, I'm gonna write that down. Oh shit. Okay, but yeah, look, they're very good in other ways.
Don't try to clean that mess.
No, yeah.
do you have a rebuttal to what he's saying?
Spanish
Like,
girls are even worse. No, I'm kidding.
Well, yeah. Well.
Yeah. No. Okay, so what I'm gonna say, I'm gonna conclude.
you got
this.
one, Jake. Apparently, you got.
So,
She's about to come down with you with some fire.
You
I feel.
know, I'm behaving in here, you know. There's one time that I'm gonna be jumping.
Yeah.
Just be ready.
Okay, I'm ready. But well, I think the good thing about Spanish girls, or not Spanish girls in particular, but they're more excited if a guy talks to them, and they're more inclined to talk to you first as well. See, Australian women, they just wait. They
Good one, reserve.
yeah, they flick their hair for like.
What
10
is that?
hours
Is that just who
before
we
you
are? We're very chill, you know.
Yeah,
But
well,
we don't really need to talk to someone. Like, you know, when I was, for example, in America and I studied there, just by the way you are, you're different from the others.
Yeah.
So when you are in another country, you don't have to do that many things.
Yeah.
Like the way you dress, the way you speak, your accent, the way your hair and you know makeup is different. So we keep the attraction from others, but it's like not in purpose. It's just like we're just different. So it's not that we are looking to approach someone. It's maybe easier for us.
Wait, sorry. No, wait. Do you have anything else to say?
You
No,
better.
no.
I was on this question because I was actually kind of on this topic with my friends the other night, and I wanted to also get your opinion on this because you're talking about accents and if there's like any like personally, I think any accent that's not American is automatically like more attractive. And like I was with my French housemate, and I was like, I don't know, like, you know, do you guys have like any unattractive accents? And he was like, well, American, and I was like so offended.
I think American is very
And-
sexy.
Thank you. I don't know. I think any accent that's not American is attractive.
Yeah.
At
That's
least
not
it's
because
easier
I'm
than
American.
Aussie, you know?
Yeah.
depends
Good
because
amen.
America has different accents within their whole country.
True.
They-
That too.
yeah.
And when you talk like this,
Oh my
really
I've never
good
really-
feeling,
I
and
mean,
it's from LA.
Yeah.
That's so after a while I get sick of that.
I met
Yeah.
I met a couple of guys when I was traveling. You're so right, you know.
No.
And these guys are from New York. I've never heard the New York accent before, but it was so thick. And they've got this kind of like tone and attitude to go with it. Is that like the case? Or
I love it.
Okay, I like everyone's like, oh, you don't have a New York accent. I'm just like the New York accent.
Wait, you're from New York?
Yes,
Yeah.
she is. Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
I'm from New York City. Yes. born
Okay.
And mostly raised. But But
Way
like,
better accent, by the way.
Thank you. Lots of compliments here.
I mean,
But like, you're talking about like the classic Italian, like.
Yeah, but they were
Brooklyn
white,
accent.
so that's what's so confusing,
Yeah,
you know? Like,
well, Italians are white also.
well, they're blonde-haired boys,
Okay,
and they were,
yeah.
I actually thought they were from like Sweden or something when I first met them. They came out as a crew and they're like almost dominating, like I'm taking this place, and you know.
Coffee, like the coffee. That's I don't know, word they use.
Coffee. You know, our coffee here is way better.
Yeah.
Is
I
it
do
though?
apologize, yeah. Spanish coffee is the worst.
Oh,
No, I had good coffee in Madrid actually. Yeah, anyway. That's
I've been saying he's a coffee snob. Like, you know,
I love it
he doesn't
because-
like, on his defense, you know.
He tries to offend and then he just like, you know?
Oh, I'm just trying to create some points of conversations. But yes, Starbucks is better in America. I do have to admit.
Yeah, but he also. You guys,
Starbucks here is,
Shit,
well, I said it, I didn't say that.
I said it,
You
but
guys
I don't. I just went with what you're saying, but I don't mind the Starbucks here.
We were looking for a Starbucks before we
I reckon, in my opinion, if you go anywhere in the world, the best coffee you're gonna get is in Italy. Like, they just know their shit there. I feel like there is just some old lady with a real recipe, just because they do everything by pot and it's all handmade.
In full Roman outfits, just making this coffee, just brewing it.
So what was everyone?
Sorry, I went on a
Sorry.
tangent.
No.
Okay, so you're talking about accents.
Yeah, you guys never told me if you think there's like any accent. Well, like, yeah, maybe the.
Everybody
Brooklyn.
thinks that the most sexy accent is like French, but I don't really think so.
Maybe it's coming to preference then, if that's the
think we
case.
think
I've heard
I mean,
that
I've
as
been
well.
a French guy
Italian.
for almost 3 years, you know. I'm sorry if you're listening, but I don't think it's the most sexy accent.
Italian.
I do think Spanish is.
I kind of think like Australian now.
Australian. You know, maybe like I didn't mind. It sounds so silly.
You go west and you'll be like, what?
Yeah.
Well, I work in a coal mine. Remind
Oh, that's true.
reminder
Yes,
here.
you are a true blue Aussie.
No, but I think Australian accent
Pretty cool.
is just different.
Pretty neat. I don't know how we develop it. Is that because it's all English, really?
Yeah.
And yet we put these little spins on our words, which
Yeah, we have words that no.
like
no
when I went
other
to
English
UK
country
and they
has.
had a different accent,
Yeah.
that threw me off because it's the same words. You know, I understand what they're saying, but they're just like, why are you saying it like that? You know?
Yeah, I've got an English mate who goes, oh, that chick, she's got a good top bollocks. How did you come from there? She has balls. No. Anyway. But yeah, that's little things like that we
We noticed.
within the English-speaking world.
That being said, though, on that topic, when you get to know someone, the accent just kind of fades away.
Yeah, I get like, same as you, I kind of get really annoyed at that classic, like, oh my god, Brittany,
You know
like,
what's cool? It's called
Is it-
upspeak.
upspeak,
Yeah,
really.
it's actually a
Oh, wow.
thing.
Upspeak.
Because Joe Rogan told me once.
Oh my
Joe
god,
Rogan
Joe Rogan.
Slash, he wasn't talking to me. I was watching his podcast. So,
He's talking to you.
I felt like he was talking to me. 'cause I
You
was
did.
engaged.
Were you replying to his conversation?
Yeah, he didn't reply
Did
back.
he? He didn't reply. Was it? I reckon there was some other guy butting in. That's what I felt like was happening. You know?
It's getting weird.
Yeah. So yeah, Joe Rogan talks about it. He talks about upspeak and how it's like it's a West Coast thing.
Oh, is it like when the last thing they say, like everything's like on this pitch? Everything's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
how are you going?
Because I was here and I went and did this,
Yeah.
and like they put it up at the end. They up it.
Then you talk like this?
Yeah.
Because
Like, how was your day?
My life is better.
I'm sorry.
Did you really wear those shoes? You know, like that sort of shit.
Yeah. Obviously we dramatised it a bit and made it,
Yeah.
made it something. So it's not that dramatic. But yeah, obviously you get that in LA, but do you get that in the East Coast?
Some girls, yeah. But I don't know. I've actually never been to the West Coast, so I can't comment on how different it
Different
might
way.
be. But you were in South Dakota, where they're
Yeah.
the accents there, they're probably
amazing.
very like, you like it.
Wang, wang, wang.
Yeah. That's kind of what it's about. The wang.
No, it was
Why
very
you
different. It was different for me. Imagine like a Spanish little girl. I was 16 years old.
Yeah.
My parents sent me there because obviously they don't love me. and I just ended up in the middle of nowhere with only cows, horses, a little coyotes, you know. I lived in a farm for 1 year. I almost was a prom queen.
Oh,
My best friend
Prom
won.
queen. Wait, the prom queen?
Yeah, prom queen.
I'm really now. I want to even.
Royalty.
What is the work you need to do to become the prom queen? Because I feel like there's strategy. Is any of that involved?
It is a strategy, man.
You're gonna like.
There is a strategy.
Does it get to a point where you know you are positioned, but this bitch, like it's like.
I mean, imagine, I didn't, you know, all the girls in there,
Yep.
like since they are in kindergarten, they just want to be like prom queens.
Yeah.
Imagine a little girl from Spain coming to the high school and saying, hey, I'm going to take a position of one of you guys. So obviously I didn't want to win, and I didn't. I was not good enough. But, you know, it was like, it was not a very big high school, so everybody knew each other.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and when you are in America, I mean, when you are a foreign student, the thing that you gotta do, like it's the thing in here, you are in a roller coaster of emotions every single day. So what they told me that I had to do was like participate in every single activity from the high school.
Yeah.
So I was in cross country, volleyball,
Oh my
basketball. I did like a choir.
Oh, really?
I had to sing
Oh
the
my
Lion King in
God.
front of the
Oh,
in front of the whole high school.
That's probably why you lost. I'm just kidding.
Well, that could be the reason. No, but that is why everybody knew me. Because
right.
I was everywhere.
Can you
So
give us
you
a
were
little
going for
demonstration?
prom queen and like they end up calling you Simba or something like that.
Did you go to prom?
no. Yeah.
How was that?
But it wasn't. The thing is, like, going to high school in New York is so different than going
Fancy,
in
fancy.
like. It's just like
Is it better or is it worse? Or is it indifferent?
I liked it. That's why I always.
I love
say-
prom. It's like a ritual. Come on, tell us about it.
I mean, like, I don't know. It was a nice venue. It was like, I don't remember, some bougie building. But I also went to public school. I didn't go to private school. That's a whole another level of bougie in New York. But it's also, yeah, it's so different than like I don't think we even had prom king and queen.
No?
Yeah, like that's not really a thing. We don't have that class. Like we don't have a football team, cheerleading.
No?
Like no.
Did you demand one? Did you just go to the dean? I'm guessing.
We just need royalty in this high school, you know?
Oh, actually, you know, this is like a random fun fact, but my vice principal was Meryl Streep's brother. He was so cool.
Shit,
He was
dude.
a great guy. Meryl Streep. It was her brother.
I love her.
That was my. Yeah.
You're
Really?
listening this, but I don't think so. I love you.
All right.
I wish I knew her, but yeah, wonderful.
Meryl Streep. How do you not know Meryl
I
Streep?
love her.
Dude, and The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, come on, man.
Movie.
Come on.
No, you know,
Mamma
you
Mia.
know
Get
her.
out of
You
here.
know
Mamma
her.
Mia.
I don't watch that shit.
Bro, what?
No, she does.
I don't watch that.
Oh.
Shit. Sorry. That was a bad way to end.
All right, thank you guys for being in here. This is our first podcast, and I hope you enjoy it. If you want to listen a little bit more, just stay tuned, you know?
Thanks, guys, for having us.
Thanks, Joey.
And thank you, Joey, for having us.
Any comments or anything you'd like to talk about going forward, just drop it in the comments below.
Yep.
Peace.
See ya.
Adios, amigos.
Adios.